The Stormcrafter comes.
Hello guys, in this video I will show you some insights of how to efficiently ward and deward. This is only related to vision dominance of the map and not camp blocking. First we will talk about warding. It is very important that you are careful when warding. You have to be aware that the enemy team might have wards of their own, so when you place your own wards you should avoid their sight. Remember that observer wards are really scarce, as they have a shop cooldown, and losing a ward is very detrimental for your team. Try to place your wards while hiding, so that they can't see you placing them. And if you can't do that, then just shift Q the ward and keep walking, so it isn't that obvious. You might get away with this, because very few people actually check your items to see if you ward. The spot where you should place a ward will always change, and there isn't a perfect spot for every situation. Just be aware of your position as a team in the game, and what you want to accomplish with your wards. Usually, even if you don't want to be aggressive, an aggressive ward will be very useful, because limiting your own field of vision is not something that you want to do. Overly aggressive wards in your usual spots may help you watch the enemy using a smoke and saving your team. When placing an aggressive ward you have to be very careful, or else two things could happen. You might die without even placing the ward, or you place the ward before dying and now they will also deward you.
Your top tower is under attack.
So if you want to place an aggressive ward, do it with your team or when the enemy team is dead. You don't want to do something like this. Walking into the enemy jungle without backup or vision is pretty much suicide.
Striker runs.
Now let's talk about dewarding.
Striker runs.
When dewarding, you usually want to cover the biggest area that you can with a single sentry, even if you know exactly where the ward was placed. This is because they might still ward somewhere near that spot again, and a well-placed sentry will net your team a bigger advantage. Always keep in mind the 800 radius of a sentry when placing one. Here I am showing some examples of very useful sentries that cover more than one common warding spot. These sentries will be very useful for you.
Your middle tower.
Rampant.
For example, in the lower side of the river there's many places a ward can be placed, and this single sentry covers 3 of them.
Faster.
This is why lately you will see teams placing this ward, which is much farther away.
Rolling thunder.
They can still keep track of the rune with this ward, and it isn't as easy to deward.
That way.
It's not needed to place a sentry on a cliff to deward a specific ward. You can get vision over the cliff with the spells, or thanks to the vision of an allied hero.
Yes.
In these cases, it's much better to not place the sentry on top of the cliff, but to cover more warding spots.
Fleet of foot.
As a support, you can expect wards on the most common warding spots and keep the zone safe. This is something that you get with experience and practice mostly. Don't be afraid of trying new and uncommon warding spots. If your team is behind, it is better to have wards that give useful vision on uncommon spots to avoid the dewarding. And that's all for this video. I hope that you learned something from this. See ya later.